If you're a coach and you've been looking for the best AI tools for coaches, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything in 5 different steps. So, first, I'm going to be walking you through the different concepts on how to really approach tools, because while AI is growing on one side, you also need to be mindful that we are in a coaching business. We need to connect with people. So, you can't automate everything. And there are some things that you need to have a human to human connection. So, I'm going to come to that. Second part is I'm going to explain to you what are the different categories of tools that are available in the market. And three, we're going to go into the different tactics that you can use, a bunch of use cases on how I'm using AI. And I'll also share with you the my 6 must-have tools, which is my current 6 must-have tools, but it'll keep changing over time. And finally, if you stay till the end, I'm going to be giving you something special, and I want to invite you, and I'm going to give you something better. Okay. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I would like you to just type in the comments AI tools for coaches. I want you to type that in the comments so that I know that you are ready to learn. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, just make sure you subscribe to it right away so that you get notified on the future updates like this. Okay, so let's get started. For those of you who do not know who I am, I'm Siddharth Rajshekar. I've been running a coaching business for more than 7 years with more than 35,000 experts in my community. And I would love to help you next. If you're a part of my community, awesome. And if you're not a part of my community, I'll tell you more about how you can be a part of my community at the end of this video. But the main core message of this video, or the essence of this video, is if you stay till the end, you're going to get absolute clarity on how you can use the best tools, because sometimes AI tools can get very overwhelming, and every day there's a new tool that's coming out in the market. But I'm just going to tell you what works for me right now. And I also want to give you a disclaimer that even though I'm sharing a bunch of tools, I have not used all the tools, but I've used some of the tools which I know have made my life easier, and have made the life of my students also much easier. So let's get started. The first concept I want to bring about with all of you is that there are 4 kinds of AI. And you know what? 99% of this world are only using the first kind of AI. The first kind of AI is generative AI. Now, AI that we are using for generating text, generating videos, generating images. And I'll tell you, most people, if we talk about AI, they only think about ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is using mainly for generative AI, for creating plans and everything else. But there's one level above this, which is called agentic AI. So agentic AI is where AI can do the thinking for you and can also start to do some work for you. And there are many tools that can do it. And there's systemic AI. Systemic AI is where it's not just about an agent doing it, but multiple systems talking to each other. So if you look at big platforms like Meta, Google, and others, they've got AI in every part of their system. Their entire operations are running with AI in the background, like their ad modules, their the video modules, all the algorithms of what makes your videos rank on Instagram, what makes your videos rank on YouTube. All of that is AI that is running at a systemic level in the background, which we don't even see. Okay. And then there's predictive AI. Predictive AI is there are a bunch of tools that track historic data to tell you where things are going to go into the future. Like Google Analytics also looks at all of that data. And of course, you can also use ChatGPT, you can use Claude, you can use Gemini, where if you have some data sets, you can actually dump that data set into these AI tools, and not use it just for generative AI, but also ask it to analyze and predict where things are going to be going in your business, in your coaching business, and so on. So I want all of you to understand that there are 4 types of AI. And if all of you got this, you can type "got this" in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else. So I wanted to start with this because I want you to understand that as a coach, it's not just about generative. Okay. Now, what is my approach to AI? While there are different kinds of AI and while AI is growing, I like to use AI not as a tool. I look at AI as a teammate, because I'm communicating with my chat GPT, with my AI, more like a friend of mine, like a team, and I'm continuously making it learn, and I'm teaching AI what I want. So suppose now it generates, and if it gives me an output that is not what I was looking for, I'll immediately correct AI and tell AI, tell my chat GPT that, hey, this is not what I want. I want it to be like this. This is not what I really meant. I want it to be like this. So the more you train AI across all of your chats that you're using, whether you're using ChatGPT or Gemini or DeepSeek, you got to continuously teach AI so that AI eventually becomes an amplifier, and AI really gets you. In fact, even if you go to your chat GPT right now, and if you just go and type this one prompt, which is based on all the interactions that I've had with you so far, okay, can you tell me my blind spots? And you'll be amazed that how many ever threads and conversations that you might have had with with chat gpt, you would have actually got that kind of you would have actually it'll give you a perfect suggestions. Okay, so that is the way I approach AI. Now number 3 is the cornerstone. It's the final frontier of all of this. Now, as you know, AI is moving towards this whole race towards AGI, or artificial general intelligence, which is super intelligence, where everything is going to be happening in its background. And I can't fathom what that world is going to be. But while AI is growing on one side, as a coach, I believe that the more you use AI as a team, but you use AI more to help people connect more with each other, or to bring about the human to human connect, that is going to make you more valuable as a coach. So, what I do is, when I do my hackathons in my community, I put people into groups. Even though I teach AI, I want them to work with each other. Even though I teach AI, we have live offline experiences. Even though I teach a lot of tools to make life easier through AI, I really want to emphasize on the human spirit. Otherwise, if everything is AI, nothing is going to work. And in the sense, everything is going to be very robotic. Even now, I was just telling my community in one of our community calls that while there are tools that can do AI selling, AI this, AI that, as humans, we are smart enough to sniff anything that is AI and that is cold. Unless you train your AI with a lot of warmth that is able to enhance your personality when you're interacting with a fellow person. Okay. So it's very important as a coach to be mindful that the reason we are using AI is so that we can help more human beings. If all of you got that, you can type H to H. Now that you got this, let's deep dive into the categories of tools that there are. Because what's the title of this video? The title of this video is AI Tools for Coaches. And I want you to understand that there are 6 different kinds of tools. One is thinking tools. Under thinking tools, there are many tools that I use, like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini. There's Notion. Notion used to be more like a data organizer, but Notion can actually be a complete life operating system where you can enter everything. You can organize your life. You can organize your to-do list. You can organize everything. Imagine like Google Drive, but everything is within one ecosystem. But and you can analyze. You can ask AI to pick up patterns across all of your Notion documents. Napkin AI is fantastic for creating visual graphics. Notebook LLM, I've used it for really for a deeper study where you want to learn from somebody as in a podcast format. And I use this tool called YouLearn, which is phenomenal. Like, so what I do is I just go on YouTube and I pick up, I just look at all of the high trending videos on topics that I love. And I don't watch the entire video. If a video is 30, 40 minutes, I just take that, I drop it into YouLearn. YouLearn generates the entire transcript, and I can generate summaries from those transcripts. So rather than watching a full 45-minute video, I can just get the essence from that video. And the best part is I can create a workspace on YouLearn. And in that workspace, I have multiple videos. And under that workspace, I can ask not ChatGPT, but I can ask, because it's layered with ChatGPT in the backend. It's more like a wrapper. But I can ask AI, based on all these videos that I've just grabbed under this workspace, what are the 3 key insights I can use in my niche, in my topic? So it is mind blowing, where you can learn on a totally different level. So I use these AI tools for thinking. The second category are writing tools. And back to, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude, you can use Gemini. But I like ChatGPT better right now because of the way that I've trained it. But besides that, there's Jasper, there's Copy AI, there's Writer, WriteSonic, Grammarly Go, all these other tools. So as a coach, it's important for you to start training your AI in your voice. So what I like to do is, a tip I want to give all of you here is that when you are going to be using AI, take all of your old emails, or if you have not written any emails, I want you to write your own emails from your core, from your heart, like, which you have never used ChatGPT. Okay, take that, throw it into ChatGPT or Gemini, and ask it to learn your writing style. ask it to model your writing style, and then you write new emails using that same style, saying that now I want to write an email for my audience and I want to speak to them about some new offer I'm going to be doing. Use my same writing style, but write the new email. And then it'll write the email, and then you'll be able to correct it still further. Say, this is not, I would not use these words. I want to like break the sentences a little bit more. I want to bring in my personal touch, or I want to like add the story from my family, from my background. So you need to really teach the writing style. And once it picks up all of the patterns from your life and all the stories from your life, then you can prompt it even better, saying that, okay, I want you to write this next email, but bring in some other story from my life, and keep it a little bit more humorous, but don't go away from my writing style. So when you do it that way, it becomes even better. Number three, selling. So there's many chat you can use. There's also there's another tool called InstaChamp. You can also automate that. There's Chatbase, there's Gamma AI if you want to do more presenting. So you just go and just type, let's say you want to create a sales presentation. You go to Gamma AI and you just create a prompt saying that this is my topic, this is what I want to do, and I want to create a sales deck, and this is the offer and everything else. And just prompt it, and the entire design will get generated in one go. Sales presentations. So especially if you are doing sales pitches, you can check out Gamma AI. And I think even Canva also has a lot of AI tools that have come inside that. And then we have video tools. So one of my favorite AI tools right now is the Captions AI, which is a mobile app where I just record a video and it does my voice correction. It generates AI music, background music for my videos. It also generates the captions, and I can also create a clone version of myself. Like, even though many people are using clones, as a coach, I'm not so much inclined towards creating a video clone, unless I want to use it for customer support or something like that. But when it comes to my out there marketing, putting on Instagram, I want to do more of me actually talking. There's a vidIQ, which is the tool that I actually used before recording this video to actually plan a topic that will be relevant and to also find keywords to analyze competitors. There's Descript, there's Pictory, Hygen, which is very famous for creating a clone version of you, and Runway ML for other video generation. Systems. So there's a website called rollout.site where in my community I get people to actually build their prototype website with just one prompt within like 3 minutes. You just need to prompt AI to give you a prompt for a website, and you drop that prompt in rollout site, and that's it. You got your website ready in 3 minutes, and it's crazy. There's make.com, Zapier, Motion, Fathom. I've not used some of these tools, but I just want to say that you need to explore. There are many of these tools that you can go and explore yourself. And when it comes to scaling, there's Google Analytics plus AI. There's a tool called adcreative.ai if you want to like use ad creatives, where it automatically creates creatives for your ads. And Feedly AI. So Feedly is a tool that actually pulls news from all over the place. So it's like news. It's a news network which is powered by AI. So you can actually pull RSS feeds from multiple places, and you can also analyze all of that. So something like how you learn is, but it is mainly from the press releases and the articles that are happening on the internet. So these are some really cool tools. And now I'm going to be getting into some tactical stuff. And if you found this video useful till this point, you can just type useful in the chat box. Yeah, we are 13 minutes into the video. I really want to appreciate you for being here. And I want to give you some practical stuff that I've been applying in my videos. I've been applying in my community. Number one is when you come into my community, if you're not yet in the Internet Lifestyle Hub, there's a link in the description. Click on the link and you can come. I have innovated something called as a codex. So what is a codex? A codex, the whole concept is there's a deep Q&A that happens, and then there's magic prompting that happens after that. So for example, if you come into my community, I have generated a Google Doc where you got to answer multiple questions, and you do not use AI to answer these questions. You got to answer it from you. And then we take all of your answers and we throw it into AI, into ChatGPT, and I give specific prompts for designing your niche, for designing curriculums, for designing your ads, for designing your website copy, for designing a landing page copy. So everything comes from a space which is very true to you. It's not coming from a generic space, which most people are doing. And that is how I use AI. That's one of the tactics that I teach. The second tactic is that I use AI for is for curriculum design. And even for curriculum design, I start right from the narrative. what is your narrative of attracting people. Then I go into what is the total addressable market, what is the total serviceable market, the serviceable obtainable market. There's a whole process on that, and then I bring it down to exactly what is required. So my whole curriculum design framework is based on what people really need. And for that, I use AI. So these are some of the tactics that I use. Another tactic that I would recommend for you as a coach is to analyze your one-to-one calls. So if you're somebody who's doing a lot of one-to-one calls with your clients, you take the entire transcript of the call from Zoom or whichever tool that you're using, throw it into ChatGPT or Gemini and say, analyze this call and give me an analysis of this call. I want to understand the mindset of my client. I want to understand what mindset I was in. I want you also to analyze and tell me if this was a productive call or not. If it was not a productive call, what could I have done better? Okay. And now, if it is a sales call, you can also analyze that. You can just throw the transcript and say that this is my sales call, and the person did not buy. So please analyze my sales call and tell me what I can do better. How should I position? How should I plan the call? What should I do in the first 5 minutes? And how do I lead them into the sale? How can I improve the offer? Now, if you did get a sale, you can say that, okay, this call went off really well, and I got a sale from this call. Please analyze this call and decode it and make this into a template and a framework so that I can use it the next time. And you get the framework done. So you can use this is a very powerful tactic if you want to improve your one-to-one sales. The fourth tactic is a website analysis. So what you can do is you can just take screenshots of your website, all the folds, the main fold, the next fold, the next fold, attach them as images into and upload it on ChatGPT and say, these are the different folds of my website. Analyze each fold and tell me how I can improve my website. Research on the best websites in the world, highest converting websites in the world, and give me the specific actions I need to take to improve my website. In fact, this is what we did in our Diamond membership. In our leadership council call, there were more than 350 Diamond members in that call. And normally, when I would do an audit, the audit would happen on a one-to-one basis. I would bring them on the hot seat and I would analyze the website. I would give them pointers. But now we did a mass audit. 350 people in one go. They followed my prompts. And in one go, every member, they got a grade of each of their folds of their website, including what fonts to use, what colors to use, how to tweak their buttons, what call to actions to have in the buttons, and also what grade is there for their website. And they got a grading on a scale of 1 to 100. And some people scored 90 plus, some people scored 70, 60. And the best part is by the end of this website analysis, they knew exactly what they needed to do to optimize their website, to optimize their landing page. Okay, so it's a crazy prompt. So it's a crazy tactic. Okay, number 5 is webinar analysis. So just like how you analyze a one-to-one call, you can also use this for analyzing a webinar. So what you need to do is go and take your entire webinar transcript, throw it into your ChatGPT or Gemini, and say, analyze my entire webinar. And give the data. Say that this webinar, there were only, my conversion rate in this webinar was only, say, 5%. I want to take it to 15%. Now tell me where all did I go wrong? And tell me where all I can improve. And it'll analyze your webinar transcript, and then you've got your winning pitch the next time you go and do your webinar. The sixth tactic is sentiment analysis. So what I do is in our community, we do our weekly inner circle calls. So every week I'm there Thursday answering calls. So the tactic that you can use is create a Google form, ask your students to ask you questions. And once they ask you questions, take all those questions, upload that CSV into ChatGPT or Gemini and say, analyze these questions and give me the sentiment analysis of my students. And every week I know what is the sentiment analysis. I know whether the community is happy. Is the question coming from a tonality of frustration? Are the questions coming from a tonality of curiosity? Are the questions coming from a space of neutrality? So suppose I'm able to analyze that many of the questions are coming from a space of frustration. That means I need to do something to make sure that their customer experience is good, or I need to give them clarity right in the beginning. And thankfully, over the years, I've been doing this for a few months, but over the years, I've understood my customers so well that I've addressed all of their concerns right in the beginning itself in all of my courses. Number 7 is automation. So you can do WhatsApp automation, email automation. You can even plug it in with many of these tools like Zapier, Zapier AI, make.com, where you can even get your tools to analyze and auto optimize. Okay. There are some tools that also auto optimize websites, and it changes the headlines and changes the colors and changes the buttons and stuff on its own based on the people who are actually entering or landing on that website. Number 8 is using AI chatbots. So you have tools like Chatbase, and there are many other tools that are coming in the market where you can literally take your entire knowledge base of your customer support, of the regular questions that people normally ask through emails and others, throw it into a knowledge base like a Word document, and then make that into a chat bot that you can place on your website. So anyone can go ask any questions, and they'll get perfect answers based on whatever whatever they need to do next. So it can actually free up a lot of your time if you're a coach. Number 9 is conversational sales. I'm yet to implement this in the next few weeks, but imagine if you're able to train an AI bot with your voice where you are able to send people after the webinar to this. So let's say you finish a webinar, and then at the end of the webinar, you can say, a WhatsApp message can go to them, and the WhatsApp message can say that you have any more questions, you can directly speak to my bot, the bot version of me. And through the conversation, we can train that AI to speak to that person and to get more sales after the webinar, especially people who have not bought. Okay. So we can do conversational sales. It can also be coaching calls. Let's say if you've done a lot of coaching calls, you can even train your AI with all your coaching calls that you've done with your clients, and you can do at scale coaching, one-to-one coaching at scale. And this is already going to happen. Okay. Number 10, the last one is survey insights. So what I do a lot in my community is I conduct a lot of surveys, especially as soon as somebody buys my product and come into the ecosystem. I collect a lot of their data in terms of their name, where are they from, which state are they from, what was their state of mind when they bought my product, and what were they really looking for when they bought the product, what are their challenges right now, what is their goal, why did they choose me as a mentor. They could have gone to many other places, right? So I've asked these very strategic questions, and I take that data and put it back into ChatGPT, and I ask it to analyze and tell me, okay, now based on this data, based on the survey insights, can you give me better ideas on how I can improve my ads? Can you give me better ideas on how I can improve my customer service? Can you give me better ideas on what topics can I teach my students based on their needs? And this kind of stuff will totally blow their minds away. So even though I've shared a bunch of tools, and even though the topic of this is AI tools for coaches, I just want to tell you this, that it is not about your tool. It's not about ChatGPT. It's about how you use ChatGPT. It's not about Notion AI. It's about how you use Notion. It's not about Canva. Or it's not about any of these tools. The tools, it's not about it. It's like a tool is like, I'm giving you the paint brush and I'm giving you the palette, I'm giving you the colors. But what makes an artist is not the tool. It is the creativity, it is the mind of the artist. So if you're a coach, you got to think about that. And when you come into my community, I'm going to make you that artist. Okay. So let's get into this. We have a few more must haves, and then we'll wrap it up. The must haves are number 1 is ChatGPT, 2 is Gemini, 3 is YouLearn, 4 is Captions AI, 5 is Claude, and 6 is vidIQ AI Coach. So once you integrate vidIQ with your YouTube channel, you can actually ask some questions to the AI to tell you based on your channel's interaction with you, based on the audience, it'll tell you what topics will suit them best, and you can give it to them. So if you found this useful, I have something special for you. I have 3 actions for you. Number 1 is I would like you to join my Telegram channel by going to sys.co/flash. I'll just zoom it in. You can see it. Okay, there's a flash over there. Uh, we've got thousands of people over there, and every time I launch a new video or new podcast, or I even share voice notes over there, and I just want to connect with you and stay connected with you. So if you want to stay connected with me, not in AI format, in real me format, then that's the place to start with. Join my webinar. So if you're not yet in my community, you can go to this link, sids.co/y-live. There's also a link in the description, and you can join my webinar. And number 3 is if you directly want to bypass the webinar and join my community, we are over 35,000 members. Just go to sys.co/join. Just get started as a silver member, and you can start applying all these tools. You can start applying all these tactics that I shared, not alone, but as a part of my community. Okay. So thank you so much. Keep watching for my future videos. I'm going to be launching some other videos on this channel. I want to appreciate you for who you are, and I hope you found this useful. Catch you in the next video.